Billingham Stars TV and the latest Training Talks guest with goalie Tom Brown. Tom, thanks for joining us tonight. It's been a rare thing for yourself to be kind of having this time off, and the partnership with you and Jacob's working really well, and it's allowed you to have that rest and recovery, which has been important this year.
Yeah, of course. I think Jacob's earned the ice time. I've known Jacob for years now, and he's gone from a nice young prospect to, by the looks of it, he's going to be a full-time goalie very soon. I love, like I said before, I absolutely love playing with the kid. He's a great kid, and see him get the ice time, play these games, and win these games. He's had some tough tests with me being out ill. I had some time off for personal reasons in December, where he stepped up to the plate. So I've got nothing but good things to say. To see him get his first senior shutout, I remember getting mine as a young kid as well. It's a great feeling. It's great for the confidence. It's great for moving forward. So I'm really happy for him. I'm happy to see him get the wins. So it's great. It's a full team contribution right now, and I think Jacob's been a huge part. He's got a lot of wins right now, so it's great. And
having that tandem has allowed you, as I said, to have that rest and recovery, so that when you're called upon, you're able to give your best when required, and that's contributed to the position Billingham were in, with third in the league and in a cup final.
Yes, of course. Obviously, last season I had quite a heavy workload last season, so I played a lot of games, and I had a few bits of, I won't say injuries, but I struggled with a few things, especially coming into playoffs. I think I hurt my knee in the witness game, so having someone like Jacob to take the load off, helps my rest and recovery. And it gives Jacob the ice time, the experience to play in a men's league. He's still really young as well. So it just helps out tremendously. Obviously, he had a lot of time to just observe the league, watch, learn as much as he can last year. And now that he's playing, it's like taking that next step. For goaltenders, it always takes him a couple of years to settle into a league. So, but it's been nice to have more of a rest, more time to relax. Well, not fully relax, but just to recover, like you said. Especially coming into the last stretch of the season, I'm 100% healthy right now, and because I have a good goaltending partner who can play some of these games, it allows me to be 100%, especially in that last season push, because we're coming up to the hardest part now. We've had quite a successful year so far, but we're not even close to being finished yet. We've still got a lot of ways to go. Playoffs around the corner. We're looking to build that success and see what we can do when we get there.
Like you say, coming into the business end, last few home games, the run to the playoffs, I say looking to consolidate that third position, even looking upwards if possible, and the cup final to come as well. From last year to this, it's been a huge turnaround for Billingham as a team, and kind of we're seeing the benefits of last year's giving the ice time to the young kids last year, and now they're able to contribute, and the whole team is much the better for it this year.
Of course, ever since the beginning of last year, I think everyone had us written off. But we just progressively, little by little at first, getting better. Little victories at first. We got a lot of little victories last year. First half of the season, winning some games that people didn't think we were going to win a game. And then the second half, obviously, we won more. We made it to playoffs. We had a big upset in the quarterfinals, and we hung in the semifinals. I think it's only a 4-2 game going to the third. For such a young team, all the credit's down to how hard everyone's worked last year. And then this season, our goal coming into this season, we're not a young rebuilding team. That's not how we looked at it coming into the season. We wanted to win. We wanted to do our best to hopefully win some hardware, make it to finals. That was our goal at the start of the year. That's what we talked about as a team internally. And us obviously making it to the finals, we've taken some major steps. We beat Solway. That was a big step for us. We got the monkey off the back by beating Whitley. That was another major step for us. To now be in a cup final against Solway, well, who knows what's going to happen. It's only 2 games, so who knows? Like I said, we're looking for trophies, and we've got nothing to lose at the end of the day. So we're just going to give it our all, especially coming into playoffs. We're looking, obviously, we know what we want to do in playoffs. We want to go all the way and try and win it. That's always been the goal for this team. So all of our mindsets are just to win, to play our best, because we're in it every single night. We play our game, we can beat anyone in this league. So tough last half of the season, last quarter of the season, but it's tough for everyone.
Yeah.
We want to have a big push, and we still haven't hit our peak yet. So that's what we're going to look into, being consistent coming into playoffs, which I feel like ever since coming back from the holidays, we've been doing that quite well. So big second half of the year.
So last couple of things, we've got D-side this weekend. Before we get to that, we haven't really talked to you about, you mentioned it there, the Cup semi-final against Whitley. That was a huge weekend. So the second leg, particularly getting that win over Whitley and then being able to repeat it a couple of weeks later in the league match again, beating them here at the Forum. So you've beaten them home and away. As somebody who's played Whitley a number of times over the last few years, how good was that weekend and then beating them here at the Forum as well?
It was quite nice. Obviously, they had their little winning streak against us for a few years, and they're a good hockey team. They're old, they're experienced. They got some good young guys. They're always a good hockey team. They've always been a good hockey team. And we know what to expect going to Whitley. It was tough with the young team, but now that they've got the experience, it was up to us to take that next step. So and that's what we did. We spoke about that in the dressing room, about taking that next step, playing against the Warriors in the semi-final. Because our games, I think everyone can tell, our games kept getting closer and closer against them, and then we finally beat them. So it was quite nice for everyone, because obviously being a derby game and obviously the success they've had, what we've been watching over the past few years, it was nice to get that back on them. So. Yeah, and then the game we played them here, I feel like our fans deserve it. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Our fans have been there through thick and thin for us. They've always been out supporting us. We get big crowds every night. So that win meant a lot for the fans. It meant a lot for us to deliver that to our fans who've been waiting so patiently to see that. So, yeah, it meant a lot. It was nice. So I think we got one more game left against them up in Whitley. So it's always a good game playing up in Whitley. Like I said, it's always tough, always close games against them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
It's huge. And just finally this weekend, D-side coming in. It was a mad game. We had them last time here at the Forum, the 7-6 overtime. Come back with those 2 late goals. Down there, I think it's fair to say, possibly we didn't do ourselves justice down there in the road game. So we kind of owe them a Billingham performance here at the Forum on Sunday.
Yeah, of course. We have always wanted to make this rink a tough place to play. I think we've got one of the smallest rinks in the league with a massive crowd, so that's going to be a tough thing for anyone coming to Billingham. They're quite an experienced team. They got some good players. Obviously, when we went down there, we were really short-handed. I think we're only rolling 4D, and it's just one of those things. Sometimes the bounces go your way, other times they don't. They just don't go our way that night. So we want to obviously right our wrongs, shall we say, coming into this weekend.
Yeah.
But we're looking at starting a real run coming into this weekend. So we beat Sheffield last weekend. Obviously, we beat Whitley the past few times. Now we want to get that consistent roll going. Because we got D-side a few times. We got to play Solway. And then we got to play Solihull twice. I think the games against Solihull could potentially determine third. They're a very good team. They got some really good players. The rinks at probably one of the toughest rinks to play in the league. So we want to get on that roll, especially traveling down all the way down south to play them. So yeah, we'll be ready for this weekend. We're ready to go on our run.